Hi, I'm Alyssa, and in 2021 I was diagnosed with blood cancer. When I'm older, I would really like to work in labs like these to do the same as what they did for me, as they provided the treatment that saved my life. I'm here today to find out more and meet all the scientists.
Hello, Alyssa.
Hi!
Welcome
Thank you.
to the Anthony Nolan Research Institute. I hope you have fun today. Come with me. So I'm going to show you around the lab.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about all the different equipment and things that we have and what we use them for, and a little bit about the research we do here, and I'll introduce you to some of the team. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds great.
Anthony Nolan is an organization best known for being the first bone marrow register in the world. However, it's not the only thing we do. Apart from providing donors for transplant for patients, we also provide cells for research and development of new therapies. These cells go on to be used by researchers both here in the UK and in some places in Europe. And in fact, one of the first places where these cells went to was to Great Ormond Street Hospital, and they created the therapy that Alyssa received. I'm Diana. I am the Director of Advanced Therapies here at Anthony Nolan Research Institute, and I have a team of people that do cool stuff.
I'm Maggie. I'm a postdoctoral research scientist here at Anthony Nolan, and I've been working here for 3 years now in Diana's team, in the immunotherapy team.
So I'm Georgie, and I'm a research assistant with the immunotherapy group.
What would you say your most favourite part about your job is?
It's probably quite simple, but I really like culturing cells as a process. I think it's something that I was always really excited to do when I was thinking about doing science, the idea of taking cells out of a body and then keeping them alive in an artificial culture system is really cool. And then there's something really therapeutic and nice about the sort of sterility inside the tissue culture hood. So it's all very routine, and what I like to do sometimes is put on an audio book or something like that and then get into the zone of culturing my cells. And then afterwards you get the amazing moment, especially if you've isolated cells, say, looking at them under the microscope and being oh my gosh, that used to be part of a person or an umbilical cord or whatever, but now I've got it growing out on this dish and I can put it in an incubator and they'll grow almost as if they're in a living being, but they're just in a flask, so it's cool.
My favourite part of the job? There's loads of different things. I like the idea of finding new things that nobody else knows yet. I like the excitement of sort of trying to look for something that's novel, and I like mentoring people. That's one of my favorite things. I like the idea of sort of having a team that I can help develop their careers. I like that.
I think my favourite thing about the job is the sort of diversity. So, there's elements of it that are office-based, like reading and research, but then you get to actually see the practical execution of those things. And the mix of doing wet lab work and more theoretical research, I think keeps things always exciting, keeps your week interesting. Yeah.
This piece of equipment is probably the most important one that we use. It's called a spectral analyzer, and what it does is that it will look at each cell that you put through it and tell you what kind of cell it is, effectively.
I think after my treatment I've been really lucky because I've had the opportunity to go to so many science conferences about how different parts of biology can help so many people. I think if everybody had the opportunity to look into what was going on behind the scenes in conferences like these, it would really encourage people, because when you just look in a hospital, you don't think about the people down in the labs or doing research or things like that. They're all kind of pushed to the back of your mind, whereas without them, none of this would be happening in the first place.
I wanted to ask, now that you're going to be continuing your study into biology and getting more and more knowledgeable, is there any topics in particular that you're really excited to learn about, like genetics or cell biology or anything like that?
To be fair, at the minute at GCSE level, I probably know more than what's being taught about cells some cells, not all cells obviously. So I would love to go into more on that and how they work and why cancer happens in some people and it doesn't in others, especially with blood cancer, because that's coming from a personal experience. I would definitely love to conduct some of my own research someday and be part of a team that does something massive for someone and like changes someone's life.
I'm going to show you how you would move liquid from a big tube to a smaller tube so that you learn how to use a pipette. That's it, well done. And then you push that one to get rid of it. Yeah, so there you go. Your first experiment.
As someone who's really interested in going a very similar way, do you have any advice?
I think the most important thing is to do something that you love. Don't let people put you off just because you might not be the best at it. A lot of people choose their degrees or their careers based on what they're good at or what they are perceived to be getting better marks at, and that only lasts you so long. So do something that you really love, even if it's hard.
I'm so grateful to have been able to have the opportunity to go to the Anthony Nolan Labs. I can't wait to be here next time, hopefully conducting my own research. See you soon!